Good afternoon. It was indeed a pleasure for me to be invited by the Dutch presidency to address the members of the Security Council on the work in regard to Syria, which is being carried out by the OPCW in The Hague. So we work on several issues in regard to Syria, both the destruction of remaining former production facilities, as well as the declaration-related issues, and also on the allegations of use of toxic chemicals as weapons in Syria. So the FFM, as we call it, is continuing to work on such allegations, and they carry out some investigations. And once they will be able to draw conclusions, they will submit their reports to the Executive Council and to the Security Council through the UN Secretary General. So if you have questions, I'm prepared to answer them.
Did anyone ask you, in addition to your briefing on Syria, about that situation in Salisbury, Britain?
Actually, there were some statements, and I also covered it. As you may know, upon the request of the British government, the OPCW has deployed some experts to the UK, and they will collect some samples which will be sent to our designated labs, and the analysis may take another 2 to 3 weeks, and we'll share the result with the British government.
So in 2 to 3 weeks, you'll be able to determine if, in fact, the substance was Novichok?
The OPCW designated labs have so far demonstrated a very high level of capability. They are very skilled, and in regard to Syria, they were able to analyze, several of them were involved, about 1,000 analysis, and we sent the sets of samples to 2 designated laboratories, and if the results do corroborate, so we take them as firm. If there were discrepancies, then we would send a 3rd set of samples to a 3rd laboratory, which never happened so far. So I think this demonstrates the reliability of this network of laboratories.
Other than the Syrian government and the opposition and ISIS, is there new allegations of the use of chemical weapons in Syria by other parties?
There are several allegations of use of chlorine, and which the FFM is looking at. Some of them are attributed to the Syrian governments, others to the armed opposition groups. So I cannot discuss the details, as you would understand right now.
Any allegations in Afrin?
There were some allegations that the team looked at, and they couldn't find any credible information to pursue an investigation.
Just to get back to Salisbury, when do you think you'd be able to identify the nerve agent? Well, what the chemical that was used in
Actually, we don't prejudge the outcome of the analysis, of course. This is a technical work that will be conducted. Once the samples will be brought back to the Netherlands, they will be split in our laboratory in The Hague, sent to designated labs, which may take some time, and in the end, the designated labs would need another 2 to 3 weeks to finalize the analysis. So you should rather think of 3 weeks ahead, at least.
Would you be able to match that sample with the point that it's a Russian or Soviet-made chemical?
I cannot really prejudge the outcome of such a technical work at the moment. Thank you very much.